Hello everyone and welcome to Crystals and Reiki Livestream. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and it's wonderful to have you here with me today. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and click the live chat button. Feel free to make any requests to your personal wellness or well-being. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all your requests. And at about the 1 hour mark, we will transition into a lovely distance Reiki session that you can enjoy from wherever you happen to be. So if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for being here and thank you for the ongoing support. And if you're watching this as a video replay, if you would like to go ahead and skip ahead to just the Reiki session, start looking at about the 1 hour mark or where you see the light begin to shift. If you'd like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, or if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance session or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki Charged Crystal collection, visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description below, as are all of my social media. And let's go ahead and start that grid. Yes, happy Friday, everyone. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and put some copper in the center here. Copper helps to break up blockages and gets the optimal energy flowing, and we will just build up from there. And let me just go ahead and adjust. Ooh. Hope I'm not making anybody seasick. There we go. Okay, good. Okay, good. So we'll have that right in the center there. And yeah, you can request intentions around anything. Anything from aches and pains to emotional stuff to things that you're working on manifesting. And you can request specific stones or you can have me pick them for you. It's completely up to you. And thank you everyone so much for being so kind to one another. I absolutely love this group. It's so much fun. Thank you for welcoming new folks for me. I really appreciate it. So let's see, we've got Christina, Patty, Goddess of Four, Violet Integration, Omran, Lori, hope you're doing well. Dell, I hope you're doing well. And I saw Grace in there. And Chris. I hope everybody's having a great Friday. I know I am. And as a reminder, I'm here at both 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time on Fridays. So if you're enjoying this, you can also come back at 8 p.m. for the second round and Sunday night so that you can get ready for Monday morning. So Sunday nights at 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. And yeah, so let's see what we've got going on. Oh, I'm doing super well, Chris. Thank you so much for asking. We are doing well, we're settling in, and Hattie is currently on my lap. So she's making air biscuits. It's really cute. So let's go ahead and grab some of your requests. Oh, awesome. So let's go ahead and get some rose quartz, carnelian, garnet, green aventurine. Rose quartz, carnelian, garnet. Rose quartz we all know and love. A wonderful heart center stone, very high vibration. So if you're looking to move painful energy through the heart, if you're looking to recalibrate to a vibration of a more unconditional love, oh, bye Hattie. Or if you are simply trying to remind yourself that there are more good things out there, which makes it easier to let go of things that are the pain that we're holding on to, you can always go ahead and call on rose quartz. So we'll bring that in. There we go. We're just always a little slow to start, just so I can line up the grid. Carnelian helps with relationships, all relationships, but absolutely the romantic ones too. This can help with attracting love as well. Wonderful for fertility, as well as things like wound healing, cold, and allergies. But for getting along and the way that we relate to people and just in general the world around us, carnelian is everything having to do with the sacral chakra, which also encompasses creativity. So there we go. We'll bring this in. It also helps to dispel like apathy, laziness. It gives a little bit of motivation. And it's also wonderful for, I think I said this, cold and allergies, which it seems like a lot of folks are dealing with one, the other, or both at this point. There we go. Next is green aventurine, which helps us to see a bigger version of ourselves. It helps to see that our potential is perhaps a bit greater than we think it is. It gives us the opportunity to kind of aim big and maybe strike out for things that we wouldn't otherwise think is a possibility for us. Helps with heart rhythms, also a good stone for allergies, eye problems, and also fertility. So that's green aventurine. Green aventurine right behind the carnelian. And next we'll bring in some beautiful garnet. Garnet's another one for creativity, but this is also just one of organization, getting things together, taking a new, fresh look at everything and finding the best way to go about a task or a project or even a job. It helps with practicality and also courage. It's a very Capricorn stone. And hey, Hattie, you want to come up? You want to come up? You can come up if you want. You want to say hi? Come up. There we go, Hattie. There we go. Yeah, you can stay here if you want. Yeah, good girl. Oh, you brought your purse. She's gonna bless the grid for us. little paws. Yeah. You go right ahead there, Hattie. Awesome. Kath, welcome in. I will get to everybody's requests. So we got a grid blessing from Miss Hattie. Thank you, Miss Hattie. There we go. Sometimes we really just need a little bit of cat energy. Awesome. All right, she's in the living room playing with toys now. So there we go. All right. And a few more of Chris's requests. We have rhodochrosite, Herkimer, ruby, and citrine. And we'll start there and then we'll continue going through your requests as I go through everyone else's. So citrine, and I know this is always a big one, is for abundance and financial support. Also for basic needs and all the things that you have to survive and thrive. So this is citrine, helps with financial gain and for making good decisions with the resources you do have. It also balances logic with intuition, helps with things like addictions and compulsions, and also wonderful for things like nausea. So that is citrine. And then next we will bring in some ruby, which I absolutely adore using alongside garnet. Ruby helps with the courage and the empowerment to be ourselves, to feel that you are just the absolute person that you are. It also helps support leadership and management skills. This is also one for fibromyalgia, as well as love and fertility. So let's go ahead and bring this in. So that is beautiful ruby. And next we will bring in Herkimer diamond. And here I'm going to just adjust my camera a slight bit. Many of you know I just moved, so I'm still settling in to the new digs. Herkimer diamond is a type of clear quartz that forms just like this with 2 points or is double terminated, and it's formed in the earth near the Herkimer, New York region of the United States. It's superb for manifesting, for connecting with spirit, and being more connected to the concept of just connected with divinity and able to share what we're seeking with spirit and able to hear any messages that come back in return. It helps to calm and harmonize. It really helps to harmonize energies that just feel a little discordant. It's also superb for relaxation and being in the present moment, which I think is really important if you're going to be manifesting, so that you're not just always hopping to the next thing. You can sit in appreciation and respect of where you are right now. It's also helpful for metabolism and intuition in general. So that is Herkimer diamond, which again is a type of clear quartz. And rhodochrosite helps with mother and child bonding, and it also helps to heal wounds that are around the mother-child connection. It's helpful for the heart and circulation, as well as telepathy, connection to the ancestors, and even to deceased animal companions. It's helpful also for stress headache, as well as asthma. And I'm gonna keep coming back to your requests as well. Thank you for being here, Chris. It's good to see you. Lila Ray, welcome in. Blue Sky, welcome in. And welcome back, Grace. Oh, you got the interview on Monday at 3. Send Reiki to wish you calm and luck. Absolutely, you will absolutely ace that job interview, and we will absolutely support that in the grid today too. Okay, so let's see who is next. Goddess of 4, more joy, fun, travel, and fast money. Absolutely. So let's do red tiger eye, fuchsite, and travel. I feel to use picture jasper for that. So picture jasper helps to envision future potential. It also goes by the name desert jasper, and you'll kind of see why in just a moment. So yeah, this is picture jasper, and they all look like they could be a scene from the desert. So this is helping with like envisioning, using your visionary senses to envision potentials for the future. It's very supportive of travel, experiencing new cultures, and even moves abroad. It helps with new adventures as well as new ventures, like if you're starting a business or anything like that. Also helpful for seeing the big picture, like if you tend to get really caught up in like the nuance and the details of something and kind of lose the forest for the trees, to use an expression, this can really help with that. Also supportive of the kidneys too. So let's go ahead and bring in picture jasper. There we go. Fuchsite helps with just letting go and allowing you to be one with fun and just reconnecting with that playful sense of self. which can be very helpful for just renewing the spirit. It's very grounding and healing. Also helps with connecting with our inner child, and it's helpful for sleep disturbances, spinal alignment, and even carpal tunnel. So that's fuchsite. And red tiger eye is probably the most protective stone that I have. Whether it's bullying, picking on, gaslighting, triangulation, any of that kind of stuff on the mundane level, or like malevolent spiritual work or psychic attack, whatever the case may be, this is a perfect stone to work with. But it absolutely calls in money in a hurry as well. All tiger eyes are very, very protective, and red tiger eye just happens to be quite powerful. It's also very grounding. So we'll go ahead and place that here. So all the best to you, Goddess of Force. So glad you're here. And Dell. Lori. So because I just moved and I'm still settling in, there's still definitely some stones I haven't found yet in the unpacking. So sorry about that in advance. I'll let you know if it's one of the ones you ask about. And unfortunately, that does include jade. I'm so sorry. And opal. I still haven't found my jade or my opal yet. Let me see if I found my azurite. I did find my azurite. That beautiful azure blue. You can see where it gets its name. And I'm going to go ahead and actually look up azurite. And today we're going to go ahead and use Cassandra Eason's Crystal Handbook. Emotional healing, excellent for overcoming inferiority complex, so thinking you're not good enough. Living only to please others, and domestic bullying. Good for the throat and third eye. Physically good for the spine, rib cage, circulation, good oxygenation of the blood. I used to work in hematology. That shouldn't be so hard for me to say. Also thought to be helpful for things like dementia and other degenerative brain-related disorders, and detoxifying. The ancient Egyptians used this as to paint the protective eye of Horus, so very protective as well. Lessens tensions and kind of brings a harmonious nature, harmonizes energy between you and the people who share a space that you live in. So I need to remember this for Vic next time Vic is in. So thank you for requesting that, Lori. That is azurite. And this again was the Crystal Handbook by Cassandra Eason. I super recommend this book. It's got so much in it. And we've got ruby, emerald, rhodonite, and we've got rose quartz. So emerald, rhodonite, and Larimer. Larimer I'm actually wearing. Larimer is helpful for connecting to our own unique spiritual purpose and having the courage to walk that journey. It helps to separate the ego from the self so that you can truly embody the spiritual nature, and it can help you to feel supported as you walk when we walk our soul's purpose, it feels very lonely. We're not walking a path, we're blazing a trail. And this helps to remind you of that and to support you as you do that. So that's Larimer. And let's put that right in front of the rose quartz. Larimer is only found, at least as of right now, it's only been found in the Dominican Republic. Rhodonite is helpful for healing a broken heart, so you can open to love once again. often thought of as the divorce stone or the breakup stone. It's also helpful for grief of any kind. It helps with unrequited love, but it also helps with things like insecurities, and anyone who's healing the results and pain of past emotional abuse, this can be a particularly helpful stone. On the physical level, this helps with allergies, autoimmune anything, as well as asthma, all three of which really apply to me. So I often work with rhodonite. In fact, that's the stone I'm usually wearing. So that is rhodonite. Next is emerald, which can be very helpful for healing the skin and tissue. Whether you're like healing from scrapes and scratches, a big injury, or a surgery, emerald is a really powerful helper. It's also a wonderful stone for reconnecting with the passion for things in life that you enjoy, if you feel like you've been just kind of disconnected. Also wonderful for bronchitis, the lungs, the upper respiratory system, anything going on with breathing. Very helpful for restoring confidence around your body and your appearance, especially if it's something that you've been picked on or teased about in the past. So that is emerald. And thank you, Lori, so much for being here. It's so good to see you. Goddess of Four, weight loss and less body and joint pain. Oh, you got it. K-Wolf, welcome in. Oh, thank you, Del. Abundance to you, too. Kanta, good to see you. Okay, so weight loss and joint and body pain. So let's bring in the howlite. This helps with the bones and joints, whether it's things like dislocation or just kind of chronic joint pain, or if you have a recent injury or something to a joint, or if you struggle with bone density or a fracture, howlite is thought to be really helpful. I really think this is one of the most underappreciated stones in healing arts in general. It's also really helpful for anger, resentment, and frustration. And those emotions can be so challenging to deal with in a healthy and constructive way. Those feelings are good, they're natural, they're meant to be there. But actually being able to utilize them without being kind of overwhelmed by them or overly motivated by them in some ways is really hard. So that's a stone that can help you with that. So that is howlite. Blue apatite is helpful for supporting a healthy relationship with food. And yes, the name is apatite. And yes, I realize that's hilarious and absurd, but it is. It can help with weight loss. Oh, here, let me just lower the mic a little bit. There we go. So it can help with weight loss or weight gain, or just a healthier relationship with food, whatever that looks like to you. That's a very individual relationship. Also very helpful for strengthening our auric field. That makes it a lot easier for us to not take on the energy of others, so it can help us to be a little bit more energetically protected. And as far as soul's purpose, like we were talking about with Larimer, this helps us to connect with our soul's purpose and learn about it and feel supported and encouraged as we walk along that path. Oh yeah, are we back, Hattie? Back at ya. There you go. Yeah. Awesome. Oop. Sorry about that. Just turned off my monitor on accident. Sorry about that. Okay, so awesome. So, Goddess of Four, thank you for being here. Come on up, Hattie. There you go. There you go. Awesome. All right. Yeah, azurite is something I need to work into our repertoire a little bit more. I think I'll bring it out next time Heart is here. Remind me if I somehow forget. Violet integration, intention of acceptance, closure, and help with grief. Absolutely. Hello, Hattie. Yeah. Is your sister not awake for playtime, so you need me? Okay. So acceptance, closure, and help with grief. Okay, I'm so sorry you're going through that. Let's bring in some mookaite first of all. Just bear with me here. So mookaite also goes by Australia jasper. And this is one of my favorite stones for accepting what is, like accepting change. It's also very helpful for making decisions because a lot of times indecision is rooted in having to accept what is and that these are your options. Also helpful for an immune boost and for calming digestion, and it's thought to be helpful for bladder pain. But yeah, so accepting change, including uncomfortable change. Let's put those on top of the rose quartz. And for the grief and sadness and things, let's bring in green onyx. This is really helpful not only for just the grief that we think of when we think of grief, but the deep sadness that kind of can be behind it, as well as the kind of feeling stuck that it can bring. This is one that helps you to move forward despite the pain that you're in, while also kind of giving you a shoulder to cry on and really supporting the heart center. It's good for even like deep emotional shutdown when you just feel completely overwhelmed emotionally speaking. Also helps with making decisions for the highest good. So we'll bring in that green onyx. All onyx is very helpful with grief, regardless of the color, but I felt that the green coming in for you today would help with a lot of the sadness, and kind of like when you said closure, this will help you to move forward. So that is green onyx. So lots of love for you, hun. Oh, you like my crystals in the background? Thank you. Okay. And thank you, Patty. And Christina, more joy, abundance, healing, and feeling with releasing control to the universe. Let's definitely bring in some amethyst. This can really help with the releasing control. This is a stone it's very connected with the 12 steps, and not just 12 steps, but any kind of recovery, like addiction recovery, because a key component of that is, especially when it is 12 steps, we hear the serenity prayer, changing what you can, accepting what you cannot change, the wisdom to know the difference, very much an amethyst kind of thing. This helps you to steadily make those changes and any kind of improvements in your life that you want to, but also taking it step by step and being gentle with yourself as you go through that process. It helps with connection to spirituality or new ways of looking at spirituality, and it can also help you with that, like, letting go of control, acceptance, and moving with the tides of things. So we'll bring that in for sure. So let's put this behind here. And we'll do more joy and abundance. Fuchsite can definitely help that. Let's see. Let's do, I feel like malachite's a good one for this. So malachite, and this will also help violet integration too. So, and it'll also help Goddess of Four, I think. This one helps with everything from inflammation and pain in the body to letting go of the past and really processing really painful emotions so that we can leave them behind. It helps with making a lot of emotional resolution. Great for depression, anxiety, and just really processing things that are, difficult emotionally. This can help you to kind of like leave the past behind so you can embrace that abundance a little bit more easily. Also helps with phobias, and it's thought to help physically the liver, the pancreas, and the spleen. So that's malachite. So lots of love to you, Christina. Working on self-trust and trusting the universe. Gotcha. Trusting the universe, I know there's going to be a request for it, so I'll bring it in. I'm going to bring in Moonstone. In fact, Chris, I think, requested this. And I currently have a cat sleeping on me. How cute. Moonstone can absolutely help with trusting the universe, trusting divine timing. Hey, Jennifer. Hope you're doing well. Also helps with the connection to the divine feminine, attracting love, protection during travel, and connection to wisdom, even old wisdom and old healing paths and healing traditions too. But yeah, when it comes to connection to the rhythms, cycles, and patterns of nature, trusting divine timing, especially when it's not in alignment with your preferred timing, if you know what I mean, Moonstone can be really helpful. So all the best for you. Oh, okay, Wolf, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I absolutely have crystals for that for sure. I'm just going to go through everybody's requests, but I absolutely can support that. I'm so sorry. Kath, coping with anger, frustration, grief, chronic pain, despair, hopelessness. Gotcha. I'm so sorry you are. You're always welcome here. Let's bring in some dumortierite. This is a great one for like hopelessness, despair. It's also a wonderful stone for anger and frustration. So I feel like it hits a lot of notes for you. Also great for chaotic types of energy. Wonderful for nervous dogs, but also for standing up for yourself and for, in general, yeah, anger and patience. Patience with yourself and patience with others, patience with circumstance. So that's dumortierite, and this was a gift from Jennifer Vatsa. Her store can be found online if you look for Belladonna Botanicals. So let's see, we'll put this, I'm going to put this here and here for you for that. And for chronic pain, we definitely have malachite. I'm also going to bring in lapis. This will help with pain and inflammation, and it'll also help with some other requests that folks have had, including Grace with help with the job interview. So pain, inflammation, deep, honest, open communication helps with career opportunities for sure, and also aids in if you're trying to overcome a tendency around disorganization. It can help you to get organized. It's wonderful for personal responsibility and owning your commitments. Also helpful for vertigo and hearing loss, like inner ear stuff. So we'll bring that in. There we go. And I hope that that helps, Kath. You're always welcome here. I'm here 5 times a week, and all the best to you. For Patty, red tiger eye, fuchsite, labradorite, celestite's a good one too for Kath as well. So let's bring that in. Kath and you, celestite. Let's bring in labradorite. Celestite's another one that can help our experience of pain. This is a stone that is very angelic. It helps us to connect not only with our angels, but our spirit guides and our higher self. It helps with discerning the different messages that we get and kind of helping us to identify, like, is that intuition? Is that logic? Is that a fear? What's going on? It helps us to tell those apart. But this helps to shift our experience of physical pain because it is so focused on the upper chakras and connection to the angels that our experience may change. So that can help with things like chronic pain. So that's celestite. And labradorite aids with sleep, both quality and quantity of sleep, as well as clairvoyance, our spiritual sight. This is one that can help us with study and research and detailed attention, anything that's like a very tedious, very fine detail kind of thing. If you're doing coding, if you're doing programming, if you're like sifting through lots of information, labradorite is a powerful stone of help with that. So let's bring in labradorite. Fluorite helps also with chaos type energy. It's very, very calming. Oh, you hanging out, Hattie? Deeply, deeply calming, and can also help with any kind of, whether it's chaos, like you've just been through something, or those times where, Christina, where you were asking for support around letting go of control. This can help with that feeling of like almost giving into chaos. So this is fluorite. But yeah, very relaxing and calming on all levels. So I'll bring it in. And it's so cool. It forms like this in nature. That's the shape that it is. It's so cool. So let's go ahead and bring these in. Crazy lace agate, chalcopyrite, and lapis is in there, and blue apatite's in there. Crazy lace agate can help with quite a few things, especially just balance in general, courage, and phobias and things like that, which actually malachite can help that too. This also helps confidence, protection, and it's wonderful for the skin, eyes, and even speech. This helps the heart and solar plexus and connection to the past, like if you're doing any kind of paranormal type work or connecting with the energy of an older space or older item. Wonderful for the connection to spider energy if you have an animal guardian that is spider, and helpful for physical energy. So that is crazy lace agate. Chalcopyrite encompasses a great many things. A deeply spiritual stone, it helps with rebirth and also with actual birth. So if you're going through that kind of transition, this was actually held by a student of mine when she was in labor. A piece, not this particular piece, but this stone. Also helpful for executive function, logic, order of operations, things like that. So that's chalcopyrite or peacock ore. So we can see it there. Amazonite helps with the spine and spinal nerves, and also with self-care. This is a stone that helps to remind even the most other people focused, care focused folks to take care of themselves, and that they deserve the same caliber of care that they would provide someone else. It's a stone that helps with really that whole sense of, I deserve this, and it's important that I have this, so that the caretakers can remain caretakers. There we go. And aquamarine helps with the fluids of the body, the teeth and gums, as well as forgiveness. And also with deflecting really petty behavior, childishness, as well as the already aggrieved. It's the anti-Karen stone. It's a stone, too, that can help with bringing about justice. So that is aquamarine. There we go. And I think we got them all. Oh, and septarian. Septarian helps with muscle pain and spasms, and also with wounds and skin healing. But emotional healing, this is great for that really deep emotional healing where we really feel like we have to be vulnerable and we need that extra support. Septarian provides it. It helps us to get to the root of the beliefs, the thoughts, the understandings that maybe are based in an event and not whole truth, like universal truth. So that is Septarian. Actually, let's put these here and here. So that is Septarian. Thank you for being here, Patty. Fluorite and red tigers. I think it will. Blue sky fluorite can help the nervous system when you're sensitive to the environment and energies, as can shungite and black tourmaline too. Okay. Jen, you're probably gonna nap. You go ahead and you nap, girl. Get that sleep. Okay. Let me just get to everybody's requests. I will get to all of them. And let's do kunzite. Gotcha. Pink kunzite is a very high vibrational stone. Whenever I hold it, I just start to see and sense the Kuan Yin. And this is a stone of unity consciousness, collective consciousness, that we're all connected and we're all one. This is a stone that focuses on our spiritual interconnection and service to others, as well as radical unconditional love for the self. This is loving yourself exactly as you are. It helps to really rebalance the heart center and expand the heart center to hold even more unconditional love. So let's bring this in. There we go. Blue sky. Curb perfectionistic tendencies, grounding, feeling at home anywhere, money management, life purpose, and next steps, please and thank you. You got it. So perfectionistic tendencies, my favorite stone for that is mahogany obsidian. It helps to let go of that and release that perfectionism, and it helps to release any feelings of like a need for approval. It also helps with what's a good way to put it? Feeling like you feel a little bit more secure in, yes, I realize this is done. I don't need the validation of others in order to say like this is done and it's done right. It helps with the meeting goals as well as strength and vitality, and can help with carpal tunnel, pain with teeth and gums, and this is also good for skin healing. So Dell, I saw that you mentioned something for skin, so this will help with that. It's also wonderful for releasing anger and resentment as well. But yeah, if you struggle with like a done something is better than a perfect nothing, yeah, mahogany obsidian. I struggle with that a lot myself, and I find that this stone is very helpful for it. So that's mahogany obsidian. Grounding, feeling at home anywhere, and money management. Red jasper helps with grounding and feeling at home wherever you go. It helps with the root chakra. It's empowering, and it helps to stand up to injustice and bullying, whether you're standing up for yourself or others. This helps with psychic and spiritual protection, really balances that root center, and helps with emotional support during long-term physical challenges, long-term illnesses or injuries. Also great for things like depression, fertility, things like that. But that's one that can help you feel at home in your own skin. So let's go ahead with the red jasper. Okay. Money management, definitely citrine and iolite. Iolite's also wonderful for shamanic work and clairvoyance. as well as psychic sleep disturbances. Also helpful for weight loss, which was a request of a few folks. But yeah, great for money management and any kind of issues going to sleep after you've like been meditating and doing energy work all day and you just can't really connect with your physical need to sleep. Iolite can help you balance that. So let's see. We're a little cockeyed here too. So let's fix that. There we go. And there we go. So that is Iolite. And life purpose. Larimer and blue apatite can help with life's purpose. It can help with illuminating it and giving you the courage to walk along that path, as can lapis. So we're good there. So good to see you here, blue sky. And so the interview for grace. So we have lapis. Let's also bring in sunstone. This helps with being recognized, expands our potential, our vision of ourselves. It helps you to stand out, be seen. It helps to kind of elevate you a little bit. Also wonderful for bringing new career opportunities, which is so appropriate here, and for marketing yourself or your business, which is really definitely applicable to what's going on. Also helps with being protective against money exploitation. So this can be helpful for blue sky potentially. And also good for phobia support. So that is orange sunstone. So let's see where we shall place this. Let's do here and here. So that is orange sunstone. So all the best to you. Kanta, grounding gratefully and with ease and confidence into a new paradigm. Oh, I love it. Shifting perceptions. Definitely Septarian can help with that, as well as Malachite to a point. But Septarian helps us get to the root beliefs of what we think is true. Beliefs, the root of beliefs, ideas, thoughts, even phobias. So that's really helpful. Let's see what else is too. Let's bring in aragonite with blue Caribbean calcite. This is two types of calcite together. The aragonite is the brown, the blue Caribbean calcite, clearly the blue. The blue helps with the soul star. That's seeing, sensing, and connecting with our highest possible goals. It's like our spiritual North Star. When we're connected with that, when that's nice and clear, it's like we can see the possibilities and the potentials for the future. So it's the inspiration to keep going. The brown, the aragonite, is much more grounded, and it works with our Earth Star chakra, which is beneath the root. That helps us to enact our soul's purpose. So getting beyond the possibility and actually showing up and walking the walk and doing the things that are in alignment with that paradigm shift. So this can definitely help you to walk your soul's purpose. So I think this is perfect for what you're asking for and what a few others are asking for. It also helps with like unleashing the Kundalini energy as well. So let's go ahead and bring this in. We'll bring this in here and here. There we go. So that is aragonite with Caribbean or blue Caribbean calcite. Good to see you, and all the best to you. Transitions for letting go of one home location business for a new. Yep. And epidote and the hamsa. So epidote. I'll see if I have found my hamsa. No, I'm sorry. I haven't unearthed my Hamsa yet. I'm so sorry. Let's do Epidote. Helps with recovery from illness and injury. Also wonderful for the brain and specifically Parkinson's. And it's very powerful for changing our self-talk, the way that we speak to ourselves. It helps to shift that into a much more positive and affirming language. Wonderful for connection to the fairy realm, the skin, and the nervous system. So that is Epidote. Yeah, anyone that feels connected to the fairies, Epidote is a magical stone. And for K, let's see, transition to letting go of one home, location, business for a new. And let's see, you had some new starts. Gotcha. Gotcha. And I'm reading what you're mentioning, and now I feel like I know why I felt to grab Chrysoprase. So Chrysoprase can help with those like bittersweet transitions in a way, overcoming disappointments, including like the business shifts. I think this is more for your business stuff. Helps with follow through and picking up the pieces after loss. And also I think of it like a pivot stone. So it's like, okay, I've been working on this for a really long time and I have to shift it and change it in order to keep going. And there's a sense of loss there. Chrysoprase helps with that sort of pivot, with not seeing it as a loss and taking it so personally and kind of getting stuck, but more like reminding us that we've put so much out, we've learned so much that it's not like we lost. We're just taking that, what we've learned so far, and shifting it. So it's very helpful for that. Also helps with completing goals, follow through, and definitely like picking up pieces if we feel like we need to pick up the pieces. So let's do Chrysoprase. It's a wonderful heart stone. And letting go of what needs to be let go of is definitely a malachite thing. And for picking, like, do I stay? Do I go with that house? Do I go with this house? Let's bring in some lepidolite. This definitely helps with stay, go, left, right, that kind of like which side, which way do I go? So lepidolite is lithium mica. This is also really helpful for the emotions, like soothing and calming the emotions, helping us to understand the root causes behind them. Also helps with bringing attention to any patterns or anything that would be best to be let go of at a particular time. So this might be helpful in more than one way. This also has amazonite in it, which encourages self-care and also helps with the spine and spinal nerves. So I'm going to put this in for you. I hope that helps. And I know that you mentioned the passing of your father. I'm going to bring in another grief stone. There are a couple in there. This will also help violet integration. This is jet. Jet is volcanically fossilized wood. And so it's wood that was, usually volcano. Sometimes it's incredibly hot forest fires. But basically, this was a living tree that was hit with so much intense heat so quickly that it quickly fossilized and turned into something completely different, turned into a type of stone. It's wonderful for grief. It's wonderful for protection against like the evil eye, paranormal, that type stuff. So this might actually be a good replacement for the Hamsa for what Blue Sky had requested. It's excellent for hospice, being near anyone or any animal that's closer to transition, and for processing grief without getting kind of stuck in the grief, but really truly processing it. So that is jet. So let's bring that here and here. And all the best. I hope that helps, Kay. Oh, I'm glad this resonates, Kay. Keep the biz or go spiritual path. Yeah, and also the mukite may help. That's like accepting change and making decisions. So I hope that that helps too. Oh, it's JZS. Gotcha. What do you suggest in my classroom to help keep your students calm? Blue Tiger Eye can help teachers, and it's very calming. And I'm going to get to everybody's requests that I can. I'm just going through one at a time. So, Blue Tiger Eye. It's calm, eases stress. Also helps with speaking the truth. It's very protective of whistleblowers and truth tellers. And it's also helpful for writing and speaking, especially public speaking, and definitely teaching would be part of that. It helps with facts over feelings types of conversations and, communication, like bold communication. But this helps teachers, and it helps bring calm, eases stress. So that's Blue Tiger Eye. And another one that helps bring a lot of calm and kind of harmonizes discordant energy is Herkimer Diamond. And fluorite, too, can be really helpful. I hope that helps. All the best to you. Thank you for being a teacher. Hey, Jenny, I hope you're well. Okay. I'm doing my best to get through all the requests. Oh, you're welcome, Kath. Okay, Dell, I see you're next. So, Kambaba Jasper. I don't have Ancestralite. Crazy Lace Agate is in there. Green Kyanite, Blue Kyanite. I don't have bismuth. I used to, and it like ran away on me. Kambaba Jasper. Indigo Gabbro. Super 7. Okay, so there's only a few of the ones that you requested, Dell, that I have. So I'm going to get all the ones that I have. So I have Kambaba Stone. Kambaba Stone is wonderful for connection with our ancestors and everything that helps with healing the environment and the physical environment around us, the land, the sea. It is actually fossilized blue-green algae. It helps with the growth of plants and crops as well as crop yields. It's wonderful for ancestor connection, especially if you want to connect to the land of your ancestors, whether you live there or it's far away. It helps with also with learning languages, especially foreign languages or a language of your ancestors as well. Also helps with meditation. I have a couple of big pieces that I usually put near my indoor plants to help them. Because, plants are usually not meant to be indoors. So it can be really helpful. Can we see them here? No, I'm going to put them here so we can see them. So that is Kambaba Jasper. And it's not technically a jasper, but yeah, Kambaba Stone. Green Kyanite helps with the throat, chest, and lungs. We use this a lot during the Omicron spike of COVID, and a lot of folks reported that it was quite helpful. It also helps with balancing the mundane side of your life with the spiritual side of your life. Wisdom through intuition and connection with plants and the spirits of nature. So very connected with Kambaba for sure. Let's go ahead and bring in this lovely green kyanite. Kyanite is such a cool stone. And blue kyanite can be very helpful for understanding the spiritual messages and guidance that we get. So if ever you're like, wow, I feel like that dream was really meaningful, I just wish I had some idea what it meant. This is a great stone to work with. It's also helpful for unconditional self-acceptance. So if you feel like it's hard for you to say, like, I am worthy and lovely just as I am, this is a helpful stone. It can be very, very healing there. In addition to that, it's wonderful for certain types of neurological care, particularly if it has to do with speech or mobility. So that is blue kyanite. There we go. Indigo gabbro is a superb stone for doing some inner reflection work. It's a little bit like purple and black at the same time. This is a stone that helps us to see the ways in which we get in our own way, our detrimental tendencies, so that we can do some healing work and let them go. So if you find yourself at the same, like repeating the same issues, they keep coming up over and over again, indigo gabbro can help shine a light on where to direct your attention. It helps also with intuition, dreams, and meditation, and for integrating your spiritual connection into your life. Also wonderful for like menstrual issues, especially period pain and things like that. So, and menopause as well. So let's see. I'm gonna put a piece here. Let's see. Will this fit? I feel like that's good right there. Let's, because here's what indigo gabbro or mystic merlinite looks like when it's polished. You can see a little bit more of the purple. Let's go ahead and put this I think we can actually do, okay, it's just a little bit out of frame, but it's there. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And for Super 7, we were gifted this by Chris. And I'm going to look it up because this is one I haven't had the time to like chill with yet because of the move. So again, this is from the Crystal Handbook by Cassandra Eason. So Super 7. And thank you, Chris, for this beautiful contribution. May help illnesses for which there is not yet a conventional treatment or where prognosis is poor, and to bring the best quality of life to anyone who's physically ill. And that's the physical side. Emotionally, Super 7 gives guidance to be ourselves rather than constantly trying to please others. Healing for children who have been made to feel evil, dirty, or less than. Works with all of the chakras, especially the crown. Works as a home blessing. Helps with goal setting and holding and reminder of goals when you're at work. Amplifies psychokinesis. Focusing on life as it is rather than what it ought to be to see if the two can become the same. Empowerment. I will not hurry too fast along my life path. Ooh, that's really powerful. Very connected with crystal, with fairy energy. This was introduced to the healing community by Melody, the U.S. crystal healer and expert, who wrote this. So I will spend some time with this book later when I'm hanging out with Super 7. Yeah, so thank you so much for this. Let's go ahead and put this in the grid. Awesome. Oop. But the other ones I don't have, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Ah, Quantum Quattro. I don't have that, unfortunately. I'm going to write down all the stones that you requested and add them to my list of crystals that I'm sourcing, and I will start bringing them in for sure. Let's see. Ah, Jennifer. Oh, gotcha. Jen, you keep waking up with hands swollen and tight where you can barely make a fist. Inflammation and stuff. Lapis is really helpful, which is here. And swollen, like if it's fluids and stuff, aquamarine can really help, as well as for joints and things, howlite. Yeah, those are the ones I would grab. But I'm also going to bring in Unikite for circulation and body fluids too. And that's exactly what this is good for. So Unikite is also helpful for fertility, birth, labor, women's hormones, heart, circulation, body fluids for sure, metabolism, as well as addictions and compulsions. So that's Unikite. Oh, Lila Ray, you got some good moving sale deals from Belladonna Botanicals. Oh, yes. Her oils are lovely. I have some that I use all the time. So Dell, dry skin, money, moving house, relationships, and healing inner child. Gotcha. Skin, we have a few that help. And definitely Emerald helps the skin. Septarian helps the skin. And Epidote helps the skin, including dry skin. Moving house, I don't know of anything specifically. Definitely chrysoprase and another good transition stone would be malachite. Relationships, definitely the best one for relationships is carnelian. Inner child, we have a couple stones that help, but I'm also going to bring in, like fuchsite helps inner child, but I'm also going to bring in pink tourmaline because this is wonderful for inner child work. So this also helps with mother-baby bonding, especially right after birth. So that'll be Jenny's sister-in-law too. But this helps with connection with the inner child, and also with healing and dispelling like issues with negativity around self-image. Also helps with spinal injuries, nerve pain, and for migraines and any kind of GYN issues. And another one for inner child, moss agate. This helps with all infections and all illnesses. It's very highly regarded in Chinese medicine. It helps with the connection to nature and fears of the unknown. Superb for work with inner child as well as the higher self, as well as connecting with nature. And I noticed a lot of the other stones you picked were very much around connection with nature, so I think this is especially helpful for you. Also helps with connection to unconditional love and the feeling of oneness with spirit and feeling that you're not alone. So that's moss agate. Very highly regarded in Chinese medicine for anything that's moving through the body quickly in the forms of like an infection or anything like that. So I hope that that helps, Del. Let's see. And shoulder pain. Gotcha. Yeah, everybody's joints. Lisa, you're asking for help with joints too. Definitely a lot of joint stuff. The two crystals that I have for joint pain are both here. Howlite and dumortierite can be somewhat helpful for that too. Mom's vertigo. Vertigo definitely helped with, excuse me, lapis for sure. But I'm also going to bring in leopard skin jasper. Del, this will help your skin, and it will help coordination and balance for Lisa's mom too. This is also a great stone for all of our animal companions, as well as connection to our animal guides. It's a helpful stone too for attracting your soulmate relationship, as well as, as I mentioned, connection to coordination and balance, but also this is good for parasitic infections of the skin. I hope that's not impacting anyone, but it's definitely a good thing to know about. But yeah, it's good for lots of things with the skin. So that is leopard skin jasper. But yeah, anything connected with the skin too. When I was fostering the little kitties, including the one that you saw earlier, I cleared them of ringworm first as foster babies. And this was a stone that I had hidden way up in the bathroom that they couldn't eat because it helped with animals and skin stuff. So I hope that that helps. Sister Sight. So for eyes, we have green aventurine. I'm also going to bring in sapphire. This helps the eyes and the ears, and it was also requested by Chris. This helps with connection to speedy justice, supportive of the thyroid, and also helpful for dementia, the individual with it, and everyone who loves and cares for them too. Also helps with envisioning a positive outcome during a time of kind of chaotic change, and that definitely seems like a theme today. So lots of love to all of you that are struggling with that. Very angelic stone. This also helps with channeling and mediumship and getting messages from our angels, our spirit guides, and our higher self. And that's sapphire. Yeah, it's definitely a day where we're in the feels, where we've got a lot kind of coming to a head. It's a difficult day. Mercury is stationing direct, but before it does, it's like Mercury retrograde is actually, it's a bad time to communicate because it's outward. It's a perfect time to reflect inward. And so as we get to this point to literally today where everything is standing still, it's like we're realizing all of the things that we've kind of learned over the past few weeks. And it can be a tough day. It can be a tough day, but illuminating and fruitful as you move forward from it. So there's always, you might notice that there's so much synchronicity between everyone's requests. That's a thing that we see here all the time. And we have I've been here over a year and a half now, and absolutely it's a thing that we see so much in the way of connection and similarities between us all. Something to help you, let's see, fluorite help with nervous system, so sensitive to the environment and energies. Let's do some shungite, physical recovery and tissue repair, but also relieving stress and letting go of like emotional burdens and blocks and emotional pain. Helps to release energy blocks as well, and can definitely help with folks that feel the energy of the environment around them, whether it's the people or the actual environment. Very helpful for folks who are sensitive to electromagnetic fields. So this is shungite. Okay, there we go. Really helps to clear our energy field. And something to help me trust and let go of control with your teen. Definitely amethyst, because someone else requested like letting go of control for sure. Also things for mother-child healing, and those are rhodochrosite, the big one, but also to some extent pink tourmaline too. So those will definitely help. So lots of love to you, Lila Ray. It's good to see you. Yeah, I don't have Quantum Quattro, Del. I'm sorry. Amran, you've been stepping into your own spiritual path lately in a family culture which is responding with backlash and not accepting. I'm sorry to hear that. Something for courage, endurance, strength, and releasing insecurities. Releasing insecurities is definitely rhodonite. Courage to be yourself is ruby. For sure. And also, the one I would grab, if it weren't already here, is blue kyanite. This is radical self-acceptance, loving and accepting yourself exactly as you are. And because you say endurance and strength and things, I'm going to go with bloodstone, which also goes by the name heliotrope. This helps with emotional perseverance and stamina, and also really lifts despair. It helps with any kind of emotional heaviness. It's great to relieve any kind of self-doubt, so it'll definitely help with strengthening there. And it aids with things like meditation because it helps to quiet the chattery mind. And it's also just one that really can help like lift the spirit as you process and let go of emotions. So that is heliotrope or bloodstone. It's one that works with the heart center and the root chakra at the same time. So it's good for like those kind of life-changing things that you need some emotional support around. So that is sapphire. There we go. I hope that that helps, Amran. You're always welcome here. And I got a lot of good ones in there for Jenny's sister-in-law. I've heard of Quantum Quattro, but I've never worked with it, so I kind of can't wait to look it up. And everybody, thank you all so much, and thank you for reminding each other to hit that like button, and for being so supportive of each other in the chat there. Thank you, everyone. We did it. I think we got pretty much all the requests. The only one that didn't get put in there was pyrite. This was a request for Chris. So this will be our last one. So pyrite helps the body to make the most of a Reiki session, and it's also very protective while helping to open up intuition. This is one that helps with fever, and it also helps support the lungs, as well as the brain and memory, and it's thought to help with side effects of radiation treatments. So I'm going to bring that in. This definitely helps with attracting financial abundance, as it is fool's gold, and it brings in the real gold. So we will bring that in. Everybody, that is one powerful grid. Thank you all so much. That might be the most crystals we've had in a grid yet. Ooh, Jenny posted about Quantum Quattro. Is a rare stone that consists of 5 minerals: shutterkite, chrysocolla, dioptase, smoky quartz, and malachite. Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. This unique combination of colorful copper-related minerals gives this gemstone a beautiful blue and green color. Quantum Quattro is only found in Namibia. That is so cool. Yes, I am going to look for that. Thank you for looking that up. And I apologize in advance if you can hear there's some construction going on in the building, so apologize if you can hear it. So we're at that point in the grid where I'm going to go ahead and quickly explain what Reiki is, how it works, and how to make the most of your session. And then we're going to transition into the healing portion. So while I go ahead and do that explanation, oh, Peacock Aura is right here. Peacock Aura is right here. So while I go ahead and explain everything, if you wouldn't mind helping me lift the energy of the space you're in and that we're all sharing, go ahead into the chat and click the like button if you haven't already, and share anything that you're grateful for, anything at all, and that will help energy of gratitude lifts the energy around you so quickly. It's one of the most powerful ways we can shift energy. If you don't want to share it in such a big public forum, totally okay. Go ahead, just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just think of all the things that you're grateful for, and it'll have the same impact. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, you're welcome. I'm going to go ahead with that explanation, and then we're going to get into the Reiki. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and welcome to Reiki and Crystals Live. So wonderful having you here today. Sorry about that. Yeah, I can add a clear quartz to represent the stones I don't have. Yeah. Let's do that. There we go. Okay, so I've been teaching Reiki for 15 years now. I just had the 15-year anniversary. So Reiki it's become basically a general term, a catch-all term for energy healing. Specifically, I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. This particular method is founded by Mikao Usui, who created it in the early 1920s in Japan, when Japan was going through a really difficult time in its history. This particular method is a product of that time, making it deeply spiritual, yet absolutely secular, which is a big part of why I feel it resonates with us so much in the West. So the very understanding of what energy is in this practice can best be described through looking at Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul. In that interconnectedness, it's thought that spirit, in this case, however you would define it, is supplying us with this lovely, life-supporting, life-sustaining energy, and that it's flowing through us all the time. That our body, mind, and spirit are always working with this energy to bring us into the greatest level of healing and balance that it can moment to moment, even though consciously we generally are unaware of it in our culture. This energy translates to spiritually guided soul energy. And essentially what I'll be doing today is using Usui's methods to connect to that energy and direct even more of it to you, allowing your body, mind, and spirit to do what they already do even better. During the session, to make the most of it, you can do really whatever you like. I encourage you to get comfortable. Sit up, lay down, whatever feels right to you. You can close your eyes, grab a blanket if you need to, and just enjoy the soundtrack that plays over the session. You can also move around, get up and get a glass of water, do some yoga stretches, journal. Whatever feels right to you in this time is perfect and appropriate and the right thing to do. This is all about what feels right for you. You don't have to focus on anything, and you don't have to keep your mind silent. Just being here is absolutely enough. As I send Reiki to all of you, the session will last 25 minutes, during which time I'll turn the lights down. You'll notice that some of the lights will move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point in time will they flash or strobe. And I'll turn the music up. If you'd like to learn more about our musical creator, she's listed at the bottom of the description, and you can take the link to her YouTube channel or her website if you want to learn more. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki Charged Crystal collection, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com to learn all about it. All of my links and the links to my social media are in the description below. And I am here 5 times a week, same days and same times every week. So you can make this part of your regular routine to go ahead and get some self-care wherever you happen to be. And you can subscribe with your notifications on, and usually you'll get a notification. YouTube's kind of funny about that. Additionally, if you happen to be watching this as a video replay, hello from the past, you can enjoy this healing energy just as much as if you were live, because Reiki energy flows everywhere without any constraint or restrictions. So it's basically supersedes the human abilities that keep us in one-dimensional rules, Reiki can be anywhere and everywhere all at once. So whether you're far away from me or in the future watching this, either way, the energy is there for you to enjoy and feel healing whenever you'd like. For those of you who are here live, if you feel like you need a Reiki session and I'm not live, go ahead over to the Past Healing Live Streams playlist and pick a video based on the thumbnail, the picture of the grid. It'll always be the right one. You can even skip ahead to the healing if you'd like, and I'll be there for you. Thank you all so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you all here today. And again, if you want to reach out to me, it's learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So at the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to take a deep breath, come back to your body, and at that time, I'll be able to re-engage in chat and happily answer any questions you have or hear any impressions that you had during your session. If you're watching this after that or think of a question later, reach out to me through my website. So thanks again for being here. Let's go over and take a closer look at the grid. Ooh, ta-da! The camera got bumped again. Oops. And I have a kitty asleep on my lap. Hope I'm not giving anyone seasickness. Okay, don't know if I made it better. Oh yeah, that looks better. There we go. And that's the clear quartz that's going to represent all of the things that I didn't quite have. Thank you for that suggestion, Blue Sky. Everyone, thank you all so much for all of the love in the chat and for being here. Yeah, very abundant grid. So everyone enjoy your session, and I will see you all in about 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers and toes. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It's been an honor and a pleasure. If you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and use the chat. You're welcome, Lila Ray and Jenny. I usually don't see colors during a session. Every once in a while. Once in a rare while, I do. You're so welcome, Amran. You're always welcome here. Here Fridays at 4 and 8 p.m. Sundays 8 p.m. Tuesdays 8 p.m. Wednesdays 4 p.m. And all of those are East Coast U.S. times. But thank you so much for being here. I'd love to see you again, and all the best to you. You're welcome, Lisa. Yeah, some people do see colors. I'm not one of them. Usually I get my senses other ways. I kind of purposely ask not to get a ton of information when I'm doing like community Reiki, because it would just be so much. When I do a one-on-one session, I feel a lot of very specific things. Usually guidance around where to treat and how to treat. And I'll just sort of like, sometimes I'll feel it, sometimes I'll kind of know it. I usually feel more in my hands than I see with my eyes. Hey Bev, lots of love. Oh Del, I'm so glad. Oh, thank you, Blue Sky. Lots of hugs back to you and your kitty from me. You're welcome, Kay. You're always welcome here. I hope everything, goes well with making big decisions, and, lots of love in your loss and for your grief. Oh, cool, Jenny. Thank you, Del. May we all walk in beauty indeed. Yeah, Hattie and Gertie are adjusting. They're adjusting. Oh, wonderful, Lori. Lots of love to you, too. Now, sometimes different folks, like, it's not an uncommon thing for folks to see colors during Reiki, either while they're receiving or while they're giving. But the significance of those colors tends to be different person to person. I usually tell my students to start noting them down. And over time, when you look back on like what was going on in your life at that time, what colors you were seeing, what was coming up for you, you might start to notice some patterns. It's like you can almost decode your intuitive language. Sometimes it helps. That is my Capricorn. I am a Capricorn sun and an Aries rising, so it could also have been my Aries rising too. You're welcome, Kay. Yeah, for me, when I treat folks, it's a sensation I get in my hands. It's not a hot or a cold. That's very common. But it's almost like a density. It's kind of like a pressure. Like I can feel the barometric pressure shifting sometimes, like if it's a big shift. And it's kind of like that, but centralized right in the palm of my hand. It's like all of a sudden, it just feels like everything is dense and heavy, or like light and airy. Oh, Del, you meditate during Reiki? When I meditate, sometimes I'll take my pre-recorded, my past Reiki, and I'll put that on in the background while I'm meditating. And sometimes I do that, like when I'm doing traction for my neck, I'll put this on in the background and I'll just like lay back and receive the Reiki I've sent. And I find it really helpful. Oh, you saw rainbows during your first attunement. That's beautiful, blue sky. Awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead, and if you have any other questions, let me know, or I'll get ready to go and eat a little something and get ready for the 8 o'clock stream. The weather is beautiful here, but I hope anybody that's in the path of that giant storm that's coming, those of you that are in the east coast of like New York, New England, Maritime Canada, lots of love to you. It is kind of like an infinity loop Reiki session. It totally is. It's fun though. Bending space and time with Reiki. Yep. Oh, and Del, I'm also getting the dry skin. It's just the change of seasons for me. It's like the second it even gets a little bit cool, all of a sudden I'm like Captain Itchy. Oh, she's in Fredericton. Mm-hmm. I've been through Fredericton. When I was a kid, we used to go up and visit my family in Prince Edward Island, and we'd drive. I'd go with my aunt and sometimes like my grandma and stuff. Long drive. But yeah, looks like the Bay of Fundy and everything around it's going to kind of get hit. So I hope everything is okay. Yeah, it's not too far off now either. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Thank you all so much for being here today. It's an honor and a pleasure as always. Yeah, Captain Itchy. And my skin is so sensitive. I can only use the super unscented lotion and like the super sensitive deodorants and super sensitive everything. Yeah. It's silly. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hitting that like button. I really appreciate it. And I do look forward to seeing you this weekend. For those of you that'll be here later tonight and Sunday. So enjoy the rest of your evening, wherever you happen to be. Take care of yourselves. I hope to see you again soon. And bye for now.